You are now listening to the Full Sport Press podcast, featuring hosts J-Hove, Jeff, and Weezy. Please enjoy the show.
Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back, and some of you for the first time, to the Full Sport Press podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
Weezy in the building. Say what's up, Weezy.
What's going on, y'all? What it do?
What's going on, fellas? How are you? Cameraman, FSP_cameraman. How you doing, my brother? Two thumbs
up. There
for sure.
Go.
Check out all the cameraman's work on youtube.com/fullsportpress. I got that right? Most definitely, for sure. How's everybody's week, man?
Man, no complaints.
Yeah, man. Jeff, camera's always on.
Always on,
you
bro.
better damn know it. My guy. Yep. Yeah, that too easy. Episode 283. We're moving on to part 3 of the 5th annual NFL Top 7 series. Next up, Pass Rushers, Linebackers.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
Was on cue today, man. I'm happy, man. Good stuff. Let's kick it off. Best of the week. What you got, Weezy?
Best week for me, man. NFL preseason, man.
Yeah.
I get to watch football the whole weekend.
You do? Yeah. For sure.
Tired of watching 9-mag and Housewives and all that shit.
Okay, yeah, that's your fault. Yeah, that's your fault. Yeah, that's your fault.
Yeah. VH1. Tired of watching VH1, man.
You watch the Lil' Kim show?
I watched the Lil' Kim show a little bit.
That's out of control.
Yeah, that's you watched that, but you ain't watched Snowfall. Jeff.
I didn't watch that. I just thought it was a Lil' Kim show. I haven't watched the show.
Yeah.
Nah,
because I didn't
you
even know.
You watched Black
in
Ink Chicago?
Yeah, Donnie Cameraman. Yeah, you watched it.
Nah, I just
the
thought it
chick
was
on
a show,
Black Ink
bro.
Chicago is.
Okay.
All right. All right.
That's your naked ending.
Yeah. What's your best of the week, brother?
Nah, man, another trip around, another calendar, man.
Yeah.
Monday was the good old birthday.
Sure.
Man, happy.
What'd you do for your birthday?
Nah, I ain't do nothing.
You lying.
Nah,
There you go, like, quit capping.
Well, I didn't do nothing. I
You talking real high. You lying.
I was in the chat with y'all.
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing.
Happy birthday.
That's all we were looking for.
24 hours in your birthday, you ain't do nothing.
I even went to work on my birthday.
Man, you bullshit.
Oh, that's funny. My best of the week.
Here we go.
Man. Sean Wash. Shout out to Sean Wash. After we work out, we throw the football around a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's a random guy that works out with us periodically, for sure. He was throwing with us.
Yeah.
At the end, we do a fly route to get out of here. Okay. You know, we get open, you know. So the random guys covering Wash on the fly route, supposedly, right? Wash was running that fly route and stopped and turned it into a dig, right? Yeah. So the guy bites on the dig. Ooh, hit him with the double move. Man, back into the fly route. Wash wide open. Man, I threw him open. I threw him open, my God. I'm dying laughing the whole time I'm throwing it, though. But, man, touchdown.
Shout out to Sean Wash.
Sean Wash, man. His new name, Get Open, because he can get open.
Yeah.
Sean Wash, get open.
Oh, no, for sure. Double move Wash.
He did an audible dude.
Oh, my God.
Heads out.
Hey, woo, I'm talking about double move. It was nasty. Woo, that double move was filthy. Shout out to Wash, man. Weezy, you can't cover Sean Wash.
Uh-oh.
Man, you trying to gas that up.
I'm just trying to tell you.
He got you, by. You got a little, you know.
I'm locked down.
Big receiver.
Locked down.
Big
Locked down.
I'm locked down.
You get physical with it. I see you get physical with a couple of guys in the get open.
Yeah, it's hard to get open, dog.
Yeah.
Locked down.
Okay. All right. Let's move right now. Well, worst of the week, Weezy. Right back to you.
Worst week for me is Antonio Brown, man, with the whole helmet issue.
Mr. Big Chest, man. Back at it again.
It really hurt me when I heard that, man.
Yeah.
He don't want to play no more.
He don't want to play no more. That's all.
I think he
Why you signed a contract and I want to play?
I think he can. You know what, man? These boys gonna be sorry.
He looked up. He's like, nah, I ain't putting up with this. This ain't, that ain't being over there no more. I don't know what Le'Veon is.
Because I don't think his feet is that bad either. Because he out there running around.
His feet was that bad.
Yeah, but he out there practicing like it ain't hurting him. It ain't hurting him now.
Nah, it was. He just pushed through it. Yeah, but I know the Steelers are looking like, told y'all, man.
That's what he's doing. He made it. All right, I told you.
That's worse. Yeah.
Worst of the week for me, man. Early fantasy drafts. You know, I got a draft tomorrow.
First week, dumbass league.
Yeah, first week of preseason not even over with.
Stupid.
It's just like, bro, come on. Ain't nobody that busy.
No.
Ain't nobody that busy. You can't wait till the last week of preseason to get
come
the draft.
man.
Yeah, man, it's trash.
That don't make no sense.
Looking at you, P.O.
I would definitely.
I got a
kick him out of the league.
Get your quarterback now. If you want a quarterback, I got one for you.
Nah, I'm cool. Not no Titan quarterback.
No, he ain't Titan. He ain't no Titan player.
Why would you talk about that? And you got a whole draft coming up in a couple of weeks.
Nobody will get my quarterback. And nobody getting Kyler Murray in his draft, FSP draft.
Anyway, let's move right
I'm
along.
letting y'all know now.
Yeah.
What's your worst of the week?
Yeah, my worst of the week. It's Florida Gators injury bug. We've lost 5 DBs since the start of 2019. Some due to transfer. Another guy, the latest guy, tore his Achilles, shot to him Achilles gang. Prideful of our DBs, and this is making me kind of nervous because we have some really, really good DBs, but having depth is a good way to fight for a championship for sure. So
y'all losing a lot of players from transfer and
a bunch of different ways.
Legal.
Yeah, for sure. We ain't getting off into that. You know,
Like
that's a Coach Lock worst of the week. We just talking about worst of the week.
They said you're running like Urban Meyer used to run it back in the day. I'm just telling you what they saying.
We opened up against Miami, 24 in Orlando.
We're gonna watch it together.
Yeah, no, I don't watch Florida games with you.
Come on.
Shout out to DP. I know he listening. I watch with DP. I watch with you. Jeff, too.
Yeah, we watch games.
Jeff, you might be a little spicy, though, because it's Florida State. So,
No, if it's just Florida, Miami, I'm cool.
You cool.
But
you be like, you be good.
I ain't got a dog in that fight.
Yo, you out. Listen, this
He just want to see you lose.
You just like seeing me lose. And I ain't tripping about that. We just don't call my phone. Ain't got nothing to do with that. For real. That got me mad right there. I don't know why they got me so mad right there.
I know what really got you mad is that top 10 recruiting class coming in 2020.
He won't be able to see it, though.
Just saying.
He won't see it come to fruition.
Shout out to them Noles.
Okay.
You said
Ain't
won't be
funny
there
no
next
more. It ain't funny no more anyway.
You got to coach him.
He can do that. Shout out to Coach Taggart.
That's what he can't do.
Word, Vanderbilt?
That's what he not doing.
That's how you feel, Vanderbilt?
That's what he can't
That's
do.
how you feel, Vanderbilt?
That's how I feel.
Okay. Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Stitcher, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and of course, the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP. Just search Full Sport Press Podcast. And after you do that, check out the On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast with Animal Brown, Spike Lou, and producer M Extra on the boards each and every Wednesday. This week's show is the best 3 hip hop album run episode.
Yeah.
Let's go. Solid.
Shout out to the guys, man. On
Good show.
TV for sure, man. Doing a lot.
Yeah.
Keep the eyes open on their feed. Got a lot of stuff coming up the pipe for those guys, for sure. Coming up the pipe.
That might be a pause.
Y'all talking
Slick.
about
That might be a slick pause.
You went face down. You said, face down.
But I said pause right after that.
Oh, my God. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Fresher than your average, man.
Yeah.
Me and my dog, Animal Brown, Self-Help Fashion Podcast, directly related to improving everyday fashion. Same great content with the new name. Some new surprises to catch our latest issue. Issue number 50 is up right now, directly for the culture. Hit the hotline 629-777-5565 and drop a voicemail so we can answer your fashion-related questions on our next issue. And follow the show IG page at Fresher Than Your Average Pod. Where your kicks? Cop responsible.
And you can read up on your favorite FSP co-hosts. All right. Purchase your FSP merchandise and catch up on the past episodes from the shows we just mentioned and much, much more. How you do that, you ask Weezy? Just search www.realvillemedia.com. Tell a friend to support the real. RMG,
most definitely. Jeff, you got 10 good wrestling seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start the clock.
I'm in a good mood.
Okay.
You know why? SummerSlam weekend.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what that mean?
I'm right, yeah. That boy been killing it. He been all he been terrible with two pay-per-views in a row. All
right, so it's who you got.
That's not true.
We're going to start with the Coach Lock special.
Okay.
It's his man's Finn Balor, not the demon version, though.
Okay. Okay.
Versus Bray Wyatt. Who you got?
Brent Wyatt, for sure.
Okay. I'll go with Bray Wyatt, too.
Definitely got Bray Wyatt.
You better go with my pick.
Yeah.
Who you got, Jeff?
I got Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
For the Raw Women's Championship, got Becky Lynch versus Natalya.
Yeah. Who's the champion?
Becky Lynch is the champ.
I'm sticking with Becky.
I'll go Natalya.
Solid. I'm going Becky Lynch, though.
Okay, sure.
All right. For the SmackDown Women's Championship, we got Bayley, the champion, versus Ember Moon.
Ember Moon.
Yeah. I got Ember Moon.
I'm sticking with Bayley.
Yes. You too. I got you. Over 2 on that time.
Crazy.
All right. In the Universal Championship, we got Brock Lesnar, the champion, versus Seth Rollins. Who you got?
Brock. Sticking with Brock.
Who's the champ? Brock's
the champ.
Yeah, I gotta go with Brock.
Yeah,
man.
Cause they gotta keep a name. I gotta go with Brock.
All right. And
who you pick?
I got Brock by the landslide.
Okay.
And for the WWE Championship, Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton.
Nah. They finna get him out of here.
They gonna get him out of here.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I'm going Randy Orton.
That's the legend killer.
I hate to say it. They hyping it up too high. Kofi might be done.
Yeah, he had a whole layout on undefeated.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And tonight, for people who really watch wrestling, the NXT Takeover is from Canada as well. We got Adam Cole, the champion, versus Johnny Gargano. Probably gonna be the match of the year. So if you got WWE Network, check that out.
Here we go, man.
Yeah,
and that's 10 good wrestling segments. I know all about my wrestling, man. Shout out to you, Jeff. In case you missed it, the Memphis Grizzlies have hired former Notre Dame women's associate head coach Niele Ivey as one of the new assistants on Taylor Jenkins' staff. Now, Ivey played in 2 Final Fours with Notre Dame, including winning the 2001 National Championship. She played 5 seasons in the WNBA before starting her coaching career as an administrative assistant at Xavier in 2005. Ivey spent the past 12 seasons at her alma mater, with the last 4 as Notre Dame's associate head coach and recruiting coordinator. She helped the Fighting Irish go to a 385-55 record with 7 Final Four berths, and also recruited Skylar Diggins there, and also along with everybody else has been there. She's the head recruiter for Muffin McGraw's staff. 6 appearances in the NCAA title game and a 2018 national championship. There are now 9 women working as coaches in the NBA, man.
Nice.
Shout out to Niele, man.
Shout out to the women, man.
For sure.
Yeah, coach.
For sure.
Shout out to Skylar Diggins.
She didn't fell off. I don't really.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
that was peak.
Man, we had a special situation. Tweet us with questions.
Did you have the jersey?
Chill.
I just asked.
I should have got that jersey.
got that jersey.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Drake had it, then I was like, he kind of made it.
Yeah,
he kind of blew it.
Yeah.
Wayne, too.
Wayne. I definitely saw Wayne.
Tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page. On the iTunes page, please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
That the Revolution will be podcasted. And before we get started with the first half, you have a yellow box of Cheerios award recipient for the listeners.
Award recipient.
There we go.
My goodness, Coach Lyle gonna kill me. Oscar Meyer.
Yeah, for sure. Oscar Meyer has released a new product in responses to French's mustard ice cream. Now, French's announced Wednesday that the company was releasing the ice cream flavor for a limited run in New York City and Los Angeles to celebrate National Mustard Day.
Okay.
What did Oscar Meyer do? They responded with their own treat, an ice dog sandwich.
What?
Yeah. This release was released just in time for National Ice Cream Sandwich Day, which I partaked in, which was Friday, August the 2nd.
Okay.
The ice dog sandwich includes a hot dog sweet cream, spicy Dijon gelato, and infused with real bits of candied Oscar Mayer hot dogs and served on a cookie bun. Those who won't be in Manhattan during the week of August 12th but are interested in getting their hands on the sandwich are encouraged to DM Oscar Mayer on Twitter to find out how they can get the special treat.
Man, if you hop in Oscar Mayer DMs, you're a wild individual.
You're a different person. Would you try the ice dog sandwich?
Yeah, try it.
I'll probably try it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But yeah, for sure. Full Sport Press will reach out, find a way for you to do that, and you'll taste it on air.
I wouldn't say all that.
Yeah, let's try that. Yeah. Because, I mean, you're the only person to say you had a hot dog last week, so. You had a hot dog last week.
Nah, I didn't have one. I've been in my vegetable cake. I didn't have a hot
dog.
dog.
You had a hot dog, though. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't have a hot dog.
But I'm trying to tell you.
I do eat hot dogs. That's what you say. Ask me do I eat hot dogs.
Yeah, we know.
Yes, I eat hot dogs, but I had one last week for sure.
You got hot dogs outside of a barbecue?
I haven't had a hot dog in years. Weezy's a hot dog connoisseur.
I eat hot dogs.
Yeah,
I can't
for sure.
eat that.
Little mozzarella. Pause that.
I eat hot dogs.
Let's just pause it.
I eat hot dogs.
He said it. He doubled down on his feet. Let's get started the first half.
The first half is underway.
First half. Hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we get started, I am J Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
I'm Weezy. What do you do?
Weezy, where can they find you on social media, my brother?
FSP_Weezy on IG, and I'm at Weezy on Twitter.
For sure.
That's your quiet storm?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a little low.
No, you good. You good now. You
just got real.
I don't know. You got a special listener or something you trying to get that off to?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Don't jam me up like that.
Okay, right. Get jammed up. Don't mention my name.
Yeah, please.
That's all
Never
I'm
do.
saying. Shit.
Uh-oh.
You damn. Anyway.
I never do.
Right.
Jay,
Yeah,
let's get this back on track.
Yeah.
Please keep it on the show.
No. We got to edit that part.
Shit. You gotta edit all that shit.
Where can they find you, Joe?
Oh man, that was classic. J Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
And I'm J Hove, man, on Instagram and Twitter, man. Follow me on Twitter, man. We can talk for sure. And FSP_cameraman, it's on the screen right now. Let's kick the first half off with some NBA talk, man. The NCAA has officially added criteria for agents who wish to represent student athletes testing the waters for the NBA draft. Now, some see this as another way to protect players, from predatory agents who have insufficient education. Others are dubbing this as the Rich Paul rule, after LeBron James's agent, who doesn't have a college degree. And they look at this as an institutionalized racism rule, preventing people who have the drive but lack the privilege of being able to attend college to flourish.
Okay.
Here's the criteria. Bachelor's degree, certified with the MBPA for a minimum of 3 years, and you have to take an in-person exam at the NCAA office in Indianapolis. Now, only basketball must adhere to this new mandate. Is the Rich Paul rule protecting players, or is it a racial issue?
It's a institutional issue. It's a racial issue. It's a, they realize how to do this issue. Let's just move the goalpost issue. It's all that. It's the Rich Paul rule, the Uncle Dennis rule. It's all the gentlemen who have been out looking out for their family members as they go through college, and as the late great Nipsey Hussle say, keeping all money in and not going to pay these agents anything, and grabbing your brother or grabbing your cousin or somebody else to be your agent and building a family structure. Oh no, we can't do that. Let's institute a rule to stop this from happening. It's bigger than Rich Paul. This is happening all across the board. Anytime you see people get drafted, my agent is my brother, or my agent is my cousin, or my agent is my family friend. Now we gotta stop that. Can't let them catch up.
No, for sure.
That's crazy.
Like many people before Rich Paul, they proved you could be a successful businessman without completing a college education. Right. Bill Gates.
Yeah, come
on, man. Like the richest man in the world didn't have a college degree. So what are we talking about? Right. They didn't really think Rich Paul would succeed past LeBron James. So we'll deal with him for his 18, 19, 20 years that LeBron James is in the NBA. Then he'll be off scurrying doing more LeBron James stuff. Then he goes and signs Draymond, John Wall, AD, Ben Simmons, get Darius Baisley to sign with New Balance and don't go to college. Right. Then he goes and still get drafted. That's the main thing for sure. Then he goes and starts a sports division with one of the biggest media conglomerates in Hollywood with UTA. Rich Paul's a threat. Yeah, that's all that is. Threat. Yeah, for sure. We got to find a way to get this guy out of here because he's going to get bigger.
We got to get him out of here and stop it from happening again.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Main thing. We let this one slide through. Can't happen again though. Yeah, that's the problem.
The only thing that this rule benefits are agents who are already established. Yeah, and most of those agents that are already established are white men. Yeah, So here's the thing with, and Chris Rock explained this, and I think it was Never Scared. Okay, said, dude, we're 90% of the Final Four in college. Come on now. Yeah. Dude, so we're only 10% of the population. We're 90% of the Final Four. Yeah. Think about that, man. So Rich Paul is taking advantage of the stuff that's bestowed in front of him. And here's the thing. I am not a Rich Paul apologist at all. I know it. But there's no way that I can sit here and dog Rich Paul from here on out. Nothing but positive shit going towards that dude for me.
Thank you.
Nah, most definitely. That's one of the worst kept secrets.
It's just sports. A bad situation, man. It's literally like, all right, you know what? We're not gonna let you grow. Yeah. Stay right there.
When the rule was posted, it's like, oh, come on. Yeah. That's just blatant. We see that. It's just, but again, you're doing something right when people got to change the rules to beat you.
I know my boy Sean Washington live it.
Yeah, no,
he live it.
Yeah. He open though, for sure.
He ain't all right, they gonna get him to come out of retirement, yeah.
Do you think he's
coming out of retirement? What you doing?
See, that was the gas right there. You know what he's doing. That was the gas.
All right, man. Let's keep it clutch, guys. Yeah. After recently bringing on Rich Paul as his manager, Draymond Green, Jay's guy,
my guy,
inked a 4-year, $100 million contract extension with the Golden State Warriors. The contract has a player option for year 4, a 15%, which is the highest, trade kicker, and $50 million in advanced payments. That means the 3-time NBA champion will receive 25% of his annual salary on July 1st and another 25% on October 1st. Shout out to Draymond.
Shout out to Rich Paul. He's able to make Draymond a very happy man.
Yeah.
You look at it now, Draymond, also CJ McCollum with two of the biggest names for being free agents next year. They're both off the market.
Yeah.
So this is a brilliant idea for the Dubs, though.
Yeah.
The Warriors have $129 million, $138 million committed to their four max players: Steph, Clay, Draymond, and D'Angelo. Yeah, for sure. So Green might have been eligible for a $180 million contract. Let's keep it a buck at the end of this year. So they got above the curve, and I like it, man. I'm happy for them.
Yeah, it's good on both parties, on both sides.
This keeps them in contention for at least 4 more seasons.
And it lets us rest next offseason when we don't have to be by our phones all day when free agents start.
Yeah. This year's going to be totally different.
Yeah.
Totally different. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, sure. Let's keep it right. Let's keep it in the NBA. In an effort to fill space in the period of the year when there's nothing going on in the world of basketball, NBA.com released its all-decade teams for the 2010 era. The first all-decade squad: Stephen Curry, James Harden, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Kawhi Leonard. In the second team, it's Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin, and Carmelo Anthony. I think D-Wade might have been there before CP, but that's a good argument.
Okay.
And Kobe Bryant did not make an appearance until the third all-decade team was placed alongside D-Wade, Paul George, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Did the NBA.com all-decade team make sense?
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
It's some arguments, though.
They trying to vote on it.
It's some arguments.
It's some arguments.
Why Kobe didn't make it to the third?
Well, you got to realize Kobe was injured 4 of the maybe 5 years of this decade, from a shoulder injury to an Achilles injury, to just regular wear and tear, and he was on really bad teams. Yeah. We didn't see the best of Kobe Bryant.
Now, this was 2010.
Yeah,
definitely his first team, hands down.
But from 2010 to, and he retired in 2018.
Yeah,
Kobe was
2017. Yeah, 2017. So, dude, he was hurt 4 of those years. Yeah. So it makes sense. Yeah,
there's an argument, and I know I'm going to catch hell for this. There's an argument for Carmelo being first team over Kawhi.
Hell yeah.
Over Kawhi.
But not over Kawhi.
Over Kawhi.
Not over Kawhi.
There's an argument for him to be on first team over Kawhi.
No.
Hear me out. Two-time champion. Two-time champion.
2-time finals MVP.
2-time finals MVP.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Individually, though. This is not a team thing. Individually. Okay. What has he done individually, stat-wise?
Defensive player of the year. 2 years in a row.
Okay. That's it though.
Scoring
there's no Kawhi?
No. I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. Kawhi.
Melo has one accolade, and that's scoring.
He got more All-Star appearances.
Yeah.
He was the man on his team every year.
I think too.
You see what I'm saying?
He got one more year of Kawhi, and he's gonna be a really good. So I see what you're saying.
See what I'm saying?
It could be an argument.
Yeah, it could be because Kawhi on those teams.
Played the 3 finals.
But what I'm saying, that was Tim Duncan's team. That was Ginobili's team. That was Tony Parker's team. Now in Toronto, that was his team. He left San Antonio when it became his team in San Antonio. Yeah. He wasn't the best player on that San Antonio team to beat LeBron.
Here's the thing, though.
He was not. He was a great defender. He wasn't asked to do anything but defend on that team. He wasn't scoring 20 points in the finals that year.
Here's the thing, though. At least Melo was in situations where he might have, Kawhi was in situations where he was still first team, second team, or third team All NBA. Yeah. And of course, first team All Defense. Right. Melo was strictly All NBA. It wasn't nothing on the other side of the ball. That's the argument.
I'm not mad at the choice. Right. Sure, I'm not mad at the choice. Right. I'm just saying if someone came with an argument and said, well, Melo could be first team.
I can see it.
I can see it.
Yeah, it could be an argument for sure. But these last couple of years kind of hurt him. That hurt him. What about predictions for the first team in the 2020s? Early. Very early. Way too early. Luka, Steph.
Whoa.
Luka, Steph.
20. So starting the next team, 2020 to 2030. No, Steph's not making it.
He'll make it.
Why would Steph make it?
Giannis is first team.
Giannis for sure.
I was
Steph got 2 more years, bro. 2 to 3 more years. He out of there.
No,
Steph not gonna be able to. Steph's not
he's always gonna be able to score.
Yeah, he's always gonna be able to shoot.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he's gonna hold up. Yeah, not first
team. MVP.
We talking about 2020 to 2030. Not what he's done already.
No, for sure.
Oh, I'm out.
So Giannis, Luka, Trae Young.
Yeah.
People like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's easy.
You gotta get Trae in
there. Yeah, Fox. Maybe too early.
Speaking of,
let's keep it in the NBA one more time. So So nobody mentioned from the all-decade list is here. Not even Melo.
Spoiler alert.
Right. But Team USA basketball is getting ready to put together their team in Las Vegas, guys. Okay. They had a scrimmage last night.
They did.
I actually watched it. Looks pretty good.
Kimba got the step back going.
Kimba like UConn Kimba.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So here's what we have on the team so far. Jay's got Harrison Barnes, Marvin Bagley, Kyle Kuzma, who's calling himself Olympic Kuz. See, he's got to stop that.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Yeah,
Donovan Mitchell, Kemba Walker, as we already mentioned, Jason Tatum, among others, and Kyle Lowry, who's injured at the moment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is this the worst team we've ever sent to an overseas tournament?
It's an interesting time for USA basketball.
Well, nobody wants to play.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think it's like right around the 90s, early 2000s when we were considered super powerful, but the top tier guys didn't really want to play.
Yeah.
I think people are dropping out for good reasons, and the main reasons is that we don't appreciate the FIBA World Cup. We don't care about that.
Right.
People are very premature saying, "Hey, we need to watch this because this can be something that can be a bigger issue."
Right.
Until we get into the Olympics and people are dropping out. Now, once we see that, that's when the trouble starts.
Yeah. I mean, the team could be special. I mean, Kemba can carry the team.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell's going to shoot his 40 shots. I mean, it's going to happen. But Olympic Kuz just can't keep calling himself Olympic Kuz.
It's just not important to the players that we mentioned earlier. Your Draymonds. Nobody wants to go on a 6-week dedicated tour and then you get a week off to start training camp. People want to enjoy their summer, man. Yeah. So it makes sense. I think next summer for Tokyo, the LeBron James, the ADs.
LeBron will play.
Yeah, I think everybody will play. But this team is way, 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 way weaker.
And I think if they struggle, that will inspire the other players to say, all right, let's go ahead and get this ring. Get this gold medal, real quick.
Yeah, for sure. They'll still handle the FIBAs handedly.
Think so?
Even with our this is our E squad. This ain't our D squad. This is our E.
This is a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
They hooping though.
Hooping, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and it can help them. Yeah, these are younger guys. A lot of Boston Celtics on the team.
Hell yeah,
that's good for Kimba.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna make
the other statesman.
He ain't gonna make the other team anyway. I mean, he's not gonna be on the Olympic team.
No, he wouldn't. He's taking advantage of it. I get that. And then I don't like the narrative that they were bringing up with Melo. Like, don't do that. Don't say that we reached out to Melo, but it would have been more of a damn distraction than it would. Melo didn't want. He said he retired at the end of the last Olympics. Yeah, come on,
he done.
Relax, dog. Don't do.
No. I'm saying. I'm glad he worked out with LeBron this week. That made me think, hey, something's going to happen.
Yeah, and everybody works out.
He can help some teams.
Everybody can work out, B. Before we get started with halftime, let's talk TBT. They say the third time is a charm, and that's the case for Carmen's crew in the TBT tournament. Now, after disappointment in the first 2 summers, the Ohio State alumni team made up of various former Ohio State Buckeyes during Thad Matta's era in Columbus overcame the odds, upsetting 4-time defending champion Overseas Elite in the semis and defeating the Golden Eagles 66-60 in the TBT championship game. With the win, Carmen's crew became the new TBT champion in 4 years since Overseas Elite. They had won 4 straight championships. They hadn't lost a game in 4 years.
Can we talk about TBT? Can they come up with a better name for that?
Yeah,
TBT is it's dumb.
It's just simple. This is the basketball tournament.
It's the basketball tournament. I didn't think they expected it to grow and be this big of a deal, but they got $2 million for the win, which will be dispersed amongst the team. But to see Overseas Elite lose, and they were such a good team. Yeah. To see the way that they were put together and compared, and they beat the Marquette team this year. Yeah. So
Marquette team was good.
Marquette team was good.
Some solid basketball in that this year. Normally that tournament, it takes a while to get going. I should say.
For sure.
Once you will out a couple of people, it's like never get some solid ball. But this was actually good basketball from the team.
It was. That was the surprising part of it. Made up of mostly former college players that we all watched. Right. So each team has a designated fan that takes home 10% of the purse. Nice. So that's close to right around $200,000 for that win. So some good basketball, very high intensity. But like you were saying, I think the reason it's so high intense is because, dude, there's $2 million there. Yeah. If you don't win the game, you don't get. There's no second place prize.
Nothing.
It's $2 million or nothing, dog.
Yeah. We'll take all.
Yeah, all or nothing. It gives me like a above the rim birdie type of feel to it.
We need something like that.
Yeah, Moti, I'll bring that pistol out.
Tom Shepard, though.
Yeah, the great Tom Shepard in the corduroys. Hey, Joe, that was your eye right there. Yeah. You remember Tom Shepard, Weezy?
No.
Yeah.
You never seen the butter rim?
Yeah, I seen the butter rim.
Who is Tom Shepard then?
I don't know.
Yeah. Let's get started with halftime.
We're at the midway point. Enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime. We have another installment of Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. Coach Brown's a former TSU tight end and the current defensive coordinator for Hillsborough High School in Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to the Burrows. Coach Brown will give an insight on hot topics from a former player and a current coach's perspective. Let's see what Coach Brown has to say this week.
Good evening. I am Coach Brown, and welcome to Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. Don't laugh at my voice. I know I sound like Esther Roll right now. Huge scrimmage yesterday. Don't judge me. Just bear with me, okay? Moving on, talking about divisions in the NFL. We're going to be talking about the AFC North and the NFC North. AFC North. The Cleveland Browns have a plethora of players on their roster. And yes, plethora is the ACT word of the day. It's hard not to choose the Browns, even though I'm a Steelers fan to the heart. I don't know. We're going to see. I'm still going to go with my Steelers to win the division. I'm going to go with the Browns 2, Baltimore 3, and the Bengals will bring up the rear. NFC North. This is going to be a very interesting division, particularly with the Bears and the Vikings. I think it's going to be between those two. I don't know how Aaron Rodgers and LaFleur is going to mesh with the offense there. I don't see it clicking. But I do see the Bears having another successful season and the Vikings battling it out. I'm going to go with the Bears winning this particular division and the Vikings coming in second. And then Green Bay and Detroit are going to kind of fight it out for that third spot. So I'm going to leave you guys with this really quick. Again, don't judge my voice. But there are two things you control in life. The two things you control is your attitude and your effort. Always remember that. Keep that in mind. Hey, I am the coach, Coach Brown it is, Root, and I'm gone.
And that is another installment of Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. First thing Coach talked about, a mid-season form of his voice of the AFC North. I have Baltimore actually winning the AFC North. I think Lamar, I believe in Lamar. You're bringing in Earl, that defense. I like it. I like Hollywood Brown being a wide receiver.
Nice.
I like it, man. I like the teams they're putting together, for sure.
You got Baltimore. I got Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I still got Pittsburgh.
Yeah, for sure. I just don't think that Juju can live up to the hype.
Have to.
He going to have to. James Washington, my guy.
Yeah, they got
He's
James
gonna
Washington.
kill. Yeah.
Washington look good.
Yeah, for sure. He's the key. NFC North, who you guys got?
Ooh, toss up.
I'm going with the Packers. I like them.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
I like them signing Amos. I like them signing Zadarius Smith. Alongside with the defensive players they already have, and Corn and Jair Alexander.
It's hard to go wrong with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go Minnesota.
Give me Mitchell Trubisky.
Chicago's a good pick.
I like Corn. That's my guy.
Yeah, give me.
No, for sure.
I was hesitant, but if he gonna do it, it's this year. He got your man's. Your tight end.
Oh, my guy, Trey Burton. You better damn know it.
You got Tariq.
Yeah.
Got the defense.
I think Minnesota could be a sleeper Super Bowl pick.
They're not even. I picked them to win the Super Bowl last year.
Kirk Cousins, man.
Kirk Cousins. Laquan Treadwell. Use him, man.
Yeah,
you got him there.
Yeah.
Lose Laquan Treadwell.
That's one of your guys, too.
Yeah.
My guy.
That's definitely his. It's a J-Hove guy.
That's my guy. Laquan Treadwell.
He been rude for Laquan Treadwell. But hey, it happens. One of my guys fall off like that, too.
Everybody's guys falls off like that.
Yeah. Jeff, you have any guys?
Kelvin Benjamin.
He's a Seminole. That's all. He was a Seminole.
That's your guy.
That's my
Don't
guy.
do that.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
Tough. He can't get a call.
Yeah,
Right
hell no. He at the house.
He got to make that Giant squad.
He didn't even get a. He didn't get a try.
I know, but he should. Damn, dog.
Yeah.
He ain't hurt or nothing.
Nah, he's just tight end.
Yeah. That's it.
he just tight end.
Position. Sure.
XFL?
Yeah. XFL.
Yeah, he definitely XFL bow. Like this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, XFL.
I'm excited about the XFL, but we'll see.
Can you get open though?
Absolutely.
Let's get started. Second half.
Shit, absolutely.
The second half is underway.
Second half, the 2019 NFL Top 7 Series, Part 3. Pass Rushers and Linebackers, FSP style. Before we started, I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
I'm Weezy. What it do?
Weezy, the best way to stop a team's offense is to get to the damn quarterback. And having a top-notch pass rusher or do-it-all linebacker can completely change a team, and they're sometimes more valuable than a shutdown corner or a ball hawking safety. Now, FSP asked our loyal listeners to put together a list of who they perceive to be the top 7 pass rushers and linebackers heading into the 2019 NFL season. Again, this list is strictly related to their 2018-19 stats and performance, and who has the best chance of maintaining their great play heading into the 2019-2020 season. We will kick things off with the pass rushers. Now, if you want to build a stout defense in the NFL, you got to start up front, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely. 6 of the past 7 NFL Defensive Player of the Year award winners have been defensive linemen, and the defensive line continues to be the most utterly stacked position in football today. Wouldn't you say, Jeff?
Oh, yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, let's kick it off, man. What we got last year's rankings?
All right. Starting number 7, we had J.J. Watt. Number 6, Calais Campbell. Number 5, Joey Bosa. Number 4, Chandler Jones. 3, Khalil Mack. 2, Von Miller. 1, Aaron Donald.
All right. So,
See ball, get ball.
for sure. Now, last year we just had defensive linemen. We
Yeah.
just combined this into one whole conglomeration. It's just pass rushers. Make it a little easier for our listeners to send in a list. Thank you for everybody that submitted them. And
In
go
a
to
timely
In a
fashion.
timely
Timely
fashion. Jeff,
fashion.
again, I got it out late too.
Nah, it's all right.
I got the list out to Jeff at 10:45 last night. Again, we appreciate that. Who didn't send out the list,
Yeah.
go to hell for sure.
Sheesh,
Let's
rough
kick it
on
off, man. The 2019-2020 list, starting off with the honorable mention. First person we'll talk about who did not make the list is DeMarcus Lawrence, who I had at number 7 on my list. Since 2017, he's been a beast, and the Cowboys paid him handsomely. He's been a linchpin of this defense, and my esteemed co-host here don't believe in DeMarcus Lawrence the same way.
Now, don't throw him under the bus. Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
That's not how it went.
No, okay. I'm just saying. I love
Okay.
DeMarcus
You see that,
Lawrence.
Jeff?
Yeah, I see that.
No, for sure. I'm just saying, as a run defender, he has a vision to be there, and also he's getting to the quarterback as well. So really turned himself into a player the last season, and his development has reached a high level.
He coaching.
For sure.
Yeah,
Along with this great defense.
Yeah, it's a
clearly,
great defense.
for sure. The next person, Jeff's guy.
Jadavion Clowney should be on this list. Fighting against the system right now, holding out 9.5 sacks last year. I know it, no double digits. I get it. No, I understand. But watch this guy play football. He jumps off the screen.
Yeah.
He's finally becoming that type of freakish athlete type of player that we saw coming out of college in South Carolina. Now he deserves it. He's going to be that guy going forward. He's going to be able to pass. J.J. Watt's going to be able to pass the torch.
Speaking of, it's
To
a lot
Clown.
easier to do the shit that he's doing
Ah.
when you got J.J. Watt.
I
on
mean,
that
you can't
line
really
with
depend on J.J. Watt.
Yeah,
'cause,
that's
know,
right, but you depended on him last
He's
year.
he's breaking down a little
Yeah,
bit.
he'll be all right.
I wonder why he's breaking down a little bit.
Oh, damn.
You think got a little help?
Oh, don't do that. Don't do J.J. Watt in the
I
comment.
think Jeff ain't got a little help.
We'll talk about that off. We'll talk about that off
okay,
air.
all
We'll
right.
talk about that off air.
And last but not least is the combination of Yannick Ngakoue and Calais Campbell.
Yeah.
These guys have put, without the other one that look as well. Either way, Calais Campbell though has been a player. We got traded. I'm thinking of soccer. I said he got
He
transferred. He got traded from Arizona to Jacksonville, and he kept the same energy. You know, edge rushers usually tend to fall off when they get to in their high 30s. Calais turns 33 this year, and he's still bringing in 11 sacks. So, and then Ngakoue got drafted after DeForest Buckner, Shaq Lawson, Kim Dichie, and all of them didn't pan out to be the player that Yannick Ngakoue was. So, where he is.
Calais Campbell, the tallest people in
He's
the NFL.
6'8".
6'8".
Yeah, 6'8", dude.
6'8", 2.
Nah, like 310.
Gosh.
Yeah, big dude, man. Very big dude. Pause. Let's kick it off, man, with the list, man. Weezy, you go first, man.
Number 1 on this.
Number 7.
Number 7. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
for sure. It's all good. Yeah.
Number 7 on this list is your guy, man.
Yeah,
Cameron Jordan.
it is. Sure.
It's your guy. 12 sacks.
Yeah.
How many do you have? What's that crazy stat you have?
Crazy stat that I'm paying attention to with these defensive linemen, man. Total pressures.
Total pressure. That's the
72 total pressures, man. Yeah, not for sure. 30 years old. I think the Saints defense improved drastically in the last 2 seasons, and a lot has to do with Cameron Jordan, man. Stellar season, Pro Bowl year, just a technician. And he uses his hands crazy to get past these old linemen, and just a great run defender as well, man. So you give a guy 3 years, $52 million, 42 guaranteed. You got to be in the top 7.
Got to.
Jeff don't really believe in Cam
Look,
Jordan.
man, he's cool. He's number 5 among all edge defenders last season, according to Pro Football Focus. I get it. He turns 30
Yeah,
this year, like you said.
yeah.
I didn't know he was in that draft with Von Miller, Alden Smith, and J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
God, dog.
That's a great draft.
And Mo Wilkinson.
Yeah.
That was a draft right there.
That's a good draft.
Yeah, nah, he cool. He should. My man Clown should on this list.
Nah, not at
And
all.
you know, it's easy to overlook Cam Jordan
Yep.
Okay.
because he plays in a high flying offense.
Yep.
It's
Okay.
in,
I respect that.
and
I
it's in
respect
the
that.
Saints.
Now he
New
is
Orleans.
solid. I'm just
Yeah.
being
So
funny.
Nah, you just
it's
yeah.
easy to overlook the Saints defense.
I agree.
It is,
for sure.
but you know he balling.
He ball for sure. Jeff, you up?
Okay. Number 6. Excuse me. I said number next. That's funny. We have Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns. That was a number 1 pick.
Yeah.
He's probably the most productive pass rusher in the league. He's 6'4", 272 pounds.
That's nuts. Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah.
A lot depending on him this year though.
Yeah.
Like that defense is going to have to hold up as young Baker turns the corner. He's going to be the anchor of that defense again. He's athletic, mobile, and can throw a lineman around into the quarterback as we've seen on numerous occasions. I
Sure.
like dude is he's fun to watch.
Where'd you have Myles Garrett on your list?
I had Myles Garrett number 5.
Yeah, I had him number 6 on my list.
Shout out to that.
24 years old, and you look at it, he's become one of the best and most productive pass rushers, like you mentioned, Jeff. I think he's the key cog in this Cleveland defense.
Yep.
You go with him, Olivia Vernon, Sheldon Richardson, and you bring in a player like Odell Beckham on the other side of the ball, man.
Yeah.
This sky's the limit with this kid, man. 67 total pressures if you were asking, Weezy.
I'm asking.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
just a perfect combination of athleticism, mobility,
Exactly.
and power, man. He's a beast, for sure.
Too bad they're gonna get beat first game of the season, but we'll see.
Where'd you have Myles
Perfect time to
Garrett?
play him.
I had him at 5.
You had him at 5?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Speaking of number 5, perfect time to play him.
Yeah, perfect
Because they're
time to
not
play.
ready.
Yeah, not ready.
They're on the ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play him week 6, 7 though.
It don't matter. We're gonna beat them week 1.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
I agree. Let's move right along to number 5. Mr. Steal Your Girl, Fletcher Cox. He'll be 29 in December. 11 sacks. And here's the thing. And we're doing pre-production, right?
Right.
We brought total pressure. This is where total pressures were presented.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
your stat.
This is
my
stat.
This
for
is
sure.
your stat.
Start of the day.
Yeah, for sure. Last season,
Come on.
Fletcher Cox,
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Donald, the only 2 players that have over 100 total pressures on the quarterbacks.
That's right.
Hey, man, watch out for Fletcher Cox.
That's my
I
kinda
think
guy.
at D tackle, if
Yeah.
it wasn't the great Aaron Donald playing in front of him, people would recognize him as being a premier player at his position. He's just getting overshadowed by the great Aaron Donald.
He had 10.5 sacks, like you said.
Yeah,
Like you
no,
said.
for sure.
Like, and he's a legend in 2 games.
I let man, T.V. Kirkland. Oh no, for sure.
Like any D tackle that averages double-digit sacks.
Yeah.
You got to give him. We got to put some respect on the name. You know
Oh,
what I'm
most
saying?
definitely.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you getting chipped by a running back.
Yep.
And you're going through a big ass nose tackle.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most
Yeah,
of the
nah,
time
for
your
sure.
job is just to keep him off the running, keep
Uh-huh.
him off the linebacker.
Right.
Right.
No, for sure.
So yeah.
Yeah, there's no question. Fletcher Cox he's on track to be a Hall of Famer, dog. I'm telling you. Fletcher Cox, my guy. In both games.
Mr. Steve, definitely.
Oh God.
Those deals.
I hate
Yeah, for sure.
Please reference back a recent episode, previous episode,
Yeah.
what we talked
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
All right, number 4 on this list.
Yep.
This is Jay's guy.
My guy.
Definitely
Fought for him.
James guy.
Woo!
Fought for him.
Fought hard for it.
Fought
bro.
hard.
He came back from 2 bad seasons.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt,
Yeah.
17 sacks.
Yeah.
What do you have with Jay?
78 total pressures.
78 total pressures.
Yeah, for sure.
What with J.J. Watt? This is he's always been dominant.
For sure.
We never. I've once said on the show some crazy thing on the show that I shouldn't have said, but I said it a long time ago.
Mhm.
But you still remember that?
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
You said he's the best defensive player we've ever seen.
Ever seen.
Ever seen.
You remember that too, Jeff?
Yeah, I remember that.
I know.
Damn,
for
I
sure.
thought I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
no. That's something.
I'm gonna
that-
spike my damn headphones.
Yeah, no,
when
for
I said
sure.
that.
Yeah. Sure.
Nah, he is incredible to watch, man.
Yeah.
He jumps out, like I said, jumps out the screen. He gets a lot of help from Clowney.
Yeah.
Yep.
He got a lot of help from Clowney. And he get a lot of help from Clowney. But Clowney sure get a lot of help from him.
He's 30 years old this year, though.
yeah, no, for
He's
sure.
a little long in the tooth.
Yeah.
Little injury prone.
Yeah, I missed
He's
2
not
years.
really injury prone. Just had 2 bad injuries.
Too bad injury, 16 and 17.
Towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second in sacks this year, y'all.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt. We ain't talking about that. Second in
Yeah.
sacks.
Was it
And we got him
16?
4th on our list. 17 sacks.
It let you know what's ahead of him, though.
Yeah, he led the league with 7 forced fumbles, dog.
Let you know what's ahead of him.
Come on, man. I'm just saying you can do all that what you want, but I think a lot of the reason why he only had 17 sacks because Jadeveon Clowney's getting some of that double team love too.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, for sure. So they help each other out. But his motor is one of the best I've ever seen in NFL history. He's already, if he retires tomorrow, he's a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
No question. I had him number 3 on my list.
Well, here's my number 3 and the consensus number 3.
Oh, not the consensus.
He's number 3 on the list.
On your list, for sure.
No, number 3 on my list and on the
the
total cumulative list.
You're right.
Jay, he ain't a team player when it comes to this show.
Yeah, it's all right.
For sure.
It's okay.
You see who?
You're not a team player when it comes to this part of the show.
Oh, I'm not a team player. Okay, I got you.
It's all good.
You thought I said so much?
No, I just didn't hear you.
Okay.
All right. So, of the Broncos, we got Von Miller, 7-time Pro Bowler, former Super Bowl MVP, double-digit sacks in all but one of his 8 seasons.
Come on now.
Come on, man.
Come on now. And that year he missed 7 games.
Yeah.
Von Miller can play.
Yeah, he can play.
I mean, there's no question.
Yeah. Not for sure.
He has all the accolades, all the stats.
Sure.
We have to go. We can talk about pressures and all that.
64, if you count.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You know,
Anytime your defensive end is your outside linebacker is your face of your franchise for the last
They let you
4
know
years.
something.
Yeah.
Special.
Yeah.
Special.
Even when Peyton was there, he was the face of the franchise to me.
yeah. That defense won that Super Bowl.
Yeah, he won the Super Bowl for Peyton.
Because Peyton couldn't throw 20 yards.
Nah.
Yeah, not for sure. And his run defense isn't his forte per se, but he's improved in that department. Just 30 years old, just everywhere over the field. He's one of those players that as a prototype, as an edge rusher, he's number 1 and in my books. And I had him at number 2 on this list. No question.
I had him at number 3.
I
had him at number 3 for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Jeff? Where'd you have Von?
Von was number 3 for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he should get rid of his goggles, but that's just me.
That's him, though. He can't see, though.
Swag.
Brother got to see.
And put some
Brother got
contacts
to
in.
see.
Put some
Matchup
contacts.
nightmare.
Definitely.
He's a matchup nightmare.
Yeah. Most
Let's
definitely.
just keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Number 2, Khalil Mack.
28
years old. He was number 3 on our list last year, so he's moving on up. 13 total sacks, 73 pressures. So that's a lot. But
you didn't do him the justice the way you introduced
let's talk
him.
about it.
Yeah, talk about it. You didn't introduce
You
him.
didn't want him where he should be.
I had him at 3.
You didn't
That's
introduce him.
disrespectful.
No, it's not.
I didn't like the way
Von
you
Miller's
introduced the
equally
guy.
good.
You didn't come with that same swag you came from Cam Jordan and all that. I didn't like that.
I think he's the most effective pass rusher in the NFL.
Oh, you downplaying
I know.
Khalil Mack.
I'm
Khalil
telling
Mack
you.
is dominant, Jay.
Yeah, you downplaying it, Jay.
I think he is. The way that he changed that Bears defense was clearly how great he is. What I'm telling you is Von Miller goes to the Bears or J.J. Watt goes to the Bears, look the exact same way. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know that, and you don't either.
But he does have the best bull rush in the NFL.
Easy.
It's not even close. Yeah. But listen, man. He's a player. He must be double teamed on all pass plays just to allow the quarterback time to get the ball out. I don't see that with his total pressures, but I do understand as to why he is number 2 on this
He
list.
made that trade when people saw what he was traded for. They were like, man, that's a lot.
Including
First
me.
game.
Including me.
First game he made it for. First
Made
game.
up for it, yeah. Now, he's splitting double teams.
Yeah.
He's getting a rusher. He's just he's unbelievable.
He's one play away from being a game changer. Every play.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm just
every
saying
game.
Von Miller is equally good. Though. That's all I was saying.
Okay.
I don't know, Jay.
There's no wrong answer at 2. Let's just say that.
There we go.
That's it.
That's
Well, I'm telling you, with damn sure. We're going to get to the next one. But
No, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Easy.
I'll let you do it. Go ahead.
number 1 is hands down.
That ain't no question.
Aaron Donald
Aaron Donald.
of the Rams, probably the best football player in the league.
I do. It's not even. I don't think it's close.
Mm-mm.
The way we can talk about stats here in a second, but watching him prepare in the off season is like one. I know I say this every week. Is one guy on each of these lists. I say, if you play this position,
Right. Look at him.
watch him.
Mm-hmm.
Watch him.
Like,
Like
watch this.
the hand techniques, the foot techniques, the speed,
Yeah.
the overall looking like Paul's looking like he got chiseled in a factory
Right,
somewhere
yeah,
coming out to
nah,
the
for
field.
sure.
Like, nah, man, this is the football player. When he's a creative player on
Oh, yeah.
Madden coming out. Some dude named Bobby Westbrook.
Yeah, no, for
that's
sure.
him. That's
Yeah,
Aaron
for
Donald.
sure. No, for sure.
My thing with Aaron Donald is I like players that come out and perform like this and nobody had a clue.
Okay.
Nobody. He went in the first round though, so we have a clue. When you go
No.
in the first round.
No.
When you don't have a clue, it's 3rd and 4th round.
Yeah.
We didn't have a clue that this guy was going to be one of the
Not
best,
this good, but a first round talent.
undersized, everything. I didn't have a clue.
We knew it was
Pittsburgh,
possible. We knew it was possible because if you're a first round talent, you're going to have to be a person. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this kid, when I talk about these total pressures, he had the league's most with 113. And he led the league in sacks.
At D tackle.
Back-to-back defensive player of the year. Come on, man. Dude, I'm telling you that since he came into the league, I think he set the pace for all defensive linemen. And he's doing it now at a historic level. I think he plays the position, of course, better than anybody current, and it's really close as far as being in history. He is the anomaly of that position, dog. He's crazy, man.
Usually players that miss training camp or they hold out for training camp, and they come in the next season. They usually get hurt or they don't play well.
He had a better year.
It didn't matter with him. He did it 2 years in a row.
Yeah, 2 years in a row.
He did it 2 years in a row. He didn't go to training camp.
Yeah, no, for sure. Led the league in sacks, tackles for loss, and quarterback hits, man. And the scary thing is, dude, he's just 28. He's going to get into the prime.
My God, I didn't know he was that young.
Dude's just 28.
Yeah. That just made it unfair.
Yeah, he's just 28.
I didn't know that.
That kid's special, man. It's special. Yeah. Let's kick it off with number 1, Aaron Donald. Number 2, Khalil Mack. Number 3, Von Miller. Number 4, J.J. Watt. Number 5, Fletcher Cox. Number 6, Myles Garrett. And number 7, Cameron Jordan. Is there anybody on this list that's gone next year when we make this list?
Ooh, J.J. Watt.
Ooh, that's disrespectful. He's too high to get now. I say
we had people that were.
I say Joey Bosa gets back.
That's what I'm saying. We had people who were high like that last year.
No, he said anybody. Did you say that's gone?
Just gone from this list.
Yeah. JJ, I think JJ may have a hard time making.
You said you picked Joey Bosa. He went on the list.
Yeah, he went on. I was thinking that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I was saying he's going to be on the list, and I think who comes off the list. Unfortunately, I'm not going to bring up injury. Maybe Cameron Jordan, somebody like that.
Right. Yeah. Cameron Jordan definitely see that because Brown is definitely going to be on the list next year. I'm fighting for that.
I'm going to go with your boy Melvin Ingram. He'll be on the list next year.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to block him, man.
Yeah,
we didn't talk about him, but it's only 7 spots.
It's only 7 spots.
This is
Can we go 10?
This is the point guard. To me, this is the point guard of the NFL.
Yeah,
it's hard to go just 7.
Stupid. Yeah, it's nuts. What were you saying, Weezy?
I was me and Pops do these lists together, right? He want to go 10 next year.
Want to go 10? Sheesh. I gotta talk to Pops.
That ain't gonna happen, Pops. I saw that look at eyes. That ain't gonna happen. That's over with. That's she's over with, Pops.
Let's move right along to the linebackers. Every good defense in the NFL has to have solid linebackers in place to be effective. Not only are they only making moves to make the bulk of the plays as far as tackling. The really good linebackers also find a way to contribute in both pass coverage and as a pass rusher. Can we get through the list from last year, Jeff?
All right. At number 7, we had Zach Brown Band. At number 6, we had Deion Jones. Number 5, we had Eric Kendricks. Number 4, Dante Hightower. Number 3, C.J. Mosley. 2, Bobby Wagner. 1, Luke Kuechly.
Let's get through the honorable mention list. First person is Levante David, 29 years old. Wasn't ranked last year. He was the only bright spot on that Tampa Bay defense who was ranked dead last in the NFL last year. He was just all over the field, and in a more effective defense, I think we have more opportunities to shine with Bruce Arians being there. He will do that, and it'll be great in 2019. So he did not make the list this year.
Dang, that's crazy.
Next on the list, Jayon Brown, Weezy, your guy, 24 years old, not ranked last year. You may not know who Jayon Brown is
unless you're a
Titans fan, but the 5th round pick out of UCLA. Had a decent rookie campaign, showed a lot of growth last year.
Good. You said decent. Good.
He had a decent rookie campaign, and he had a really good 2018. For sure. No, I'm just saying. He gives the defensive coordinator, Dean Pease, some flexibility to play alongside the great linebacker that they have coming in this year. What's my guy's name? Rashawn Evans. Yeah, so he'll be good.
That Titans defense should be
straight. Should be straight. Yeah, except for corners. Corners are straight.
My corners on.
Yeah, corners looking
rough.
That's where y'all spent the most money.
Yeah, Malcolm Button. Come on.
Both of them got turned around Thursday.
They did.
And last but not least, the man, the myth, the legend of Nashville, Tennessee himself, Zach Brown, 30 years old. He's number 7 on our list last year. When the Eagles let him go, and he got...
I'm sorry.
Man, playing... Bad news, when the Eagles lost Jordan Hicks to the Cardinals last year, the plan was to add Brown, the former Washington Star, who always is in every play. He's all over the field, and this guy is going to be a great coverage guy. Just one of the most assignment correct linebackers we see in the league, man. So a few wasted steps with this guy. He's going to be good this year. Just getting a little older in the tooth, and these young guys got something to say. Let's start with the list, Weezy. What you got?
Number 7. Dallas Cowboys and Spike Lee boy.
Yeah.
You gonna make me say this name right here?
Yeah, I got you. I got it for you.
Go ahead.
Leighton Vander Esch.
All right, he had 94 tackles.
Yeah, he did.
3.5 sacks.
Yeah, he did.
And two pass deflections. I'm sorry.
For sure. No, for sure. And 2 picks ago. You said 2 picks too.
No, he had 1 pick.
Yeah, 1 pick. Okay.
If he can stay healthy,
Yeah.
Lou, you got you one right here.
No, for sure.
Get rid of Sean Lee, and you got you one.
Yeah.
He's helping extend Paul.
Exactly. Jill.
Yeah.
That's 100%. Yeah. He hasn't been able to stay on the field. So in turn, you get Vander Esch and another guy we're talking about really soon here, Jalen Smith. It's easy to argue that Dallas has the NFL's best linebacker group. It's not even close, man. First rounder. There was a lot of hoopla about this kid coming out of Boise State. He lived up to it, man.
He have a real linebacker name.
Leighton Vander Esch.
That's a linebacker.
Come
Real
on,
linebacker.
man. He's just one of those guys that reads quarterback intentions very well. It's all over the field, snuffing out big plays.
Yes,
He's a player, man. And Cowboys got lucky with this for sure.
All right. Move on to me.
Yep.
Number 6 should have been higher on the list. I had him at number 3.
Yeah.
And C.J. Mosley,
Yeah.
former Raven, now New York Jet, gonna make them a problem in that division for us, my Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
He had 85 tackles, 27 assists, 46 stops on 44 receptions, and 60 targets.
Here's the thing with C.J. Mosley.
Yeah.
He had a down year last year. That's why the Ravens didn't bring his ass back. And
That's not true.
it was a
They
down.
didn't
It
want
was
to pay for him.
Yeah, I get it, but what I'm trying to say, they saw the decline in C.J. Mosley, just like me. I did not have C.J. Mosley on my list.
Right.
I had Vander Esch and Levante David in front of him, but I think he's one of the best all around off the ball linebackers, and he's just crazy as far as closing speed, quickness to roam sideline to sideline. It's like your prototypical linebackers do. He's everywhere, dog. He's a great player.
Let me tell you something about C.J. Mosley and why he left Baltimore.
Okay.
Baltimore is one of those franchises. It came behind Ray Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be a bad linebacker and play in Baltimore.
No,
Just
you
like you can't be a bad linebacker and play in Chicago.
Chicago for sure.
You can't do it. They just not gonna have that.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure.
CJ wanted his bag, and the Jets gave it to him.
did.
Let's just keep it.
That's 100. That's 100%. And he got it. He deserved it though.
Yeah, he deserved it. 51 guaranteed.
Yeah.
Ooh,
85 total. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
But you having C.J. Mosley at 3 is crazy, Jim.
And he's a good cover linebacker. Like I was saying.
He's on
That's
the
what I'm saying.
yeah,
So
for sure.
Yeah, he should be higher.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Should be high.
Speaking of high, let's move on to number 5.
Another
Jalen
Cowboy.
Smith, 24 years old, not ranked last year. Had Jalen Smith not torn his ACL and LCL in the 2016 Fiesta Bowl against Ohio State, he would have been a number 2 pick in that draft. It's not even close, regardless of position. Okay. He is the best linebacker I saw in college football that year.
Notre Dame,
and
for sure.
he came back to be the player that everybody assumed him to be when he came out of Notre Dame. Just a great player, man. I wish he was my middle linebacker. This is my favorite linebacker in football, Jalen Smith, my guy.
I ain't mad at that.
No, your favorite is the next person. You want to do the next person?
That's true. This is your man.
Yeah, you want to do it? I'm gonna let you do this.
No, we got to finish talking about Jalen Smith.
okay.
Did anybody have Jalen Smith on the list?
Jalen Smith was number 5 on my list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you have Jalen
I didn't have
Smith?
Jalen Smith
You didn't
on
have.
my
That's disrespectful. That's very disrespectful. Yeah, for sure. I had Jalen Smith here, but I'm telling you what, man. I think he will have at one of those years next year because it's a contract year.
I have number 4 on my list.
Yeah,
I'm
number
sorry.
4.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to know that. No, I'm joking. With Jalen Smith, I think he'll be in the top 3 next year. Speaking of top 3, this guy should have been a top 3.
You want to do your guy?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna do a shout out to Animal Brown. Blake Martinez is number 4 on our list for the Green Bay Packers. 25 years old. He wasn't ranked last year.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Blake Martinez, and I had to fight to get him on this list.
No,
thought
you did.
No, you didn't.
That's how you really did. We didn't even get past 1, 2, and 3. Number 4 is Blake Martinez.
Yeah, you did. You did a fight. You made an executive decision on this.
You didn't do
Go rank on it.
No, this is the thing. And when I gave y'all stats and everything that backed it up, you were like, yeah, you're right.
I said, you had mentioned him on the show before.
Right.
You brought it to my attention.
For sure.
Everything you said was true.
How many lists did y'all get in with Blake Martinez on?
Who?
Well,
He was there. So
there.
the numbers add up.
He was there. He was going to be on the list. Like the cumulative lift, he was lower than where we had him.
Right.
But I had Blake Martinez and higher than this. And
Tell us why. His help.
Yeah, he had no trouble transitioning to a new defensive system in 2018. He led the Packers in tackles for his second straight season. Tied the NFL leading tackles in 2017 and backed it up with 144 the next year. added bulk this offseason to combat his smaller frame. But he had 5 sacks and 15.5 pressures that we were talking about. And he played in 98% of the snaps. He's everywhere all over the field. He just missed 15 plays the entire year, man. Linchpin on that defense. Blake Martinez is going to have a huge year. I think Blake Martinez will be number 1, number 2 on this list next year.
Put some respect on his name.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Hot.
Contract year, man. People got a lot to prove in the contract year.
Got to go balling.
Neither one of my co-hosts had Blake Martinez on their list.
Don't call out our list.
I'm just we talk about our list all the time. You number 7 on your list?
Number 7.
Okay.
He wasn't on my list.
Yeah, no, for sure. You had Jayon Smith in front of him.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go to number 3.
Yeah, for sure.
It's about to go there.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, this is Darius Leonard. Yeah, now we talking.
Yeah.
141 solos, 66 stops, 5 forced fumbles. Come on, man.
13 tackles for loss.
Yeah.
AP Defensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Week, weeks 2 and 17.
Mm-hmm.
Player of the Month of December.
Come on.
7 sacks.
For sure. At the linebacker position. And
As a
he's-
linebacker.
And he's from HBCU, South
And
South
he was a
Carolina
rookie.
State.
Yeah.
And he was a rookie. Yeah, no, for
Considered
sure.
one of the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, for sure. That's a telltale sign of being a rookie.
Yeah.
Nothing gets past me, huh?
You're right. He led the NFL in tackles, man. He's just all over the field. I think this is one of the most prolific seasons by a first-year linebacker in NFL history.
Sir.
Cover sideline to sideline, get to the quarterback, and
right.
also cover. Nothing else you can ask for in a linebacker, dog. I'm telling you now, if he can maintain this type of stability at this pace, he'll be the number 1 linebacker on this list next year. It's not even close.
Yeah. Its trajectory is looking
man,
insane.
it's crazy. Yeah.
Insane. Yeah.
Most definitely.
I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah, would you have Darius Leonard on your list?
3. I can pull it up.
I had him 4 on my list.
I am 4.
Yeah, Darius Leonard 4 on my list.
All right, y'all moving to number 2?
Yes,
Number
sir.
2,
What you got?
This Jay's boy, too.
my guy.
Coach Lock boy, too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I can see
debatable.
that.
Yeah, but
I can see this being a coach like guy.
Yeah.
I can't prove it.
Yeah,
I
but
can see this being a coach like that.
Coach Lock, he's slick when he pick his guy.
Yeah, he be slick. Yeah, he be
real
slick.
slick.
Yeah,
He real smooth.
Watch
Yeah.
him play against us
He's
every
real
year,
smooth when
bro.
he pick his guys. You can't really argue with him because he got the...
Yeah, the AC, he use the ACC.
I got it.
Yeah,
I got
for
it.
sure.
All right, Luke Kuechly.
Yeah.
93 solo tackles.
Yeah.
20 tackles for loss.
Yep.
2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 6 pass deflections. That's like a cornerback stat, man.
Nah, for sure. He was number 1 on our list last year. He's just 28 years old. He is the player that you look at as far as a middle linebacker, right?
Yep.
Your Brian Urlachers, your Zach Thomas.
Zach Morris,
Zach
like
Morris is my guy.
Yeah.
He is a linebacker, dog, and he's been the same player that we've seen since the day he got in Carolina all the way until now. And they're adding Gerald McCoy to that front defensive line to replace Julius Peppers. That has Kawan Short. You got Shaq Thompson. Dude, defense is going to be locked down next year.
Most definitely.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Cam needs that.
Cam needed a bad.
Just keep the offense out the field. Keep the defense. Let the offense get back on the field. Excuse me. So yeah.
I think Luke Kuechly is the smartest linebacker I've ever seen play football.
One of.
Like, it's something I've never seen. The way that he watches film, the way that he sniffs out plays, it's something crazy.
Him
man.
and Ray. I think
Ray was a tough
watching
one.
Ray go against
Yeah.
watching Ray call those audibles against Peyton
Yep.
was something fun to see.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. Him and Ray.
Where'd you have Luke on your list?
Luke was 2 on my list.
2 on my list.
2 on my list, too.
Okay, for sure.
Okay.
So why was you fighting so hard to get him number 1 in pre-production?
Because I knew you wanted him I know you wanted Bobby Wagner at 1, so got to debate a little bit.
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
All right, number 1. Thanks, Weez.
Go watch the script then. Don't ask me. Don't give me up. Go ahead.
Right, that's true.
Bobby Wagner. My goodness. He's involved in 999 snaps, 108 tackles, 34 assists, 41 stops. Didn't allow a single touchdown on 71 pass targets against. And he only missed 2 tackles last year.
Yeah, for sure. Nah,
Good Christ.
it ain't no question. 29 years old, number 2 on our list last year. How are you involved in 999 snaps and you had 41 stops and you didn't allow a single touchdown on 71 pass targets? I mean, somebody threw you 71 times and nobody scored a touchdown on you.
As a linebacker.
As a linebacker, dog. He is the most mistake-proof linebacker in the NFL. And he deserved to be number 1 on our list because he's a 99 on Madden as well. So, got to respect
That means a lot.
It means a lot. Man, sure.
99s on Madden mean a lot.
Coverage,
Yeah.
quarterback pressures, dude, running, stopping the run. Dude, he's everywhere. And the actual, who the teams he play for? The Seahawks. Seahawks guy had to pay this dude.
Yeah.
And they will. And he just got paid Friday night.
Yeah.
Just got paid.
Friday night.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
Easily number one on this list.
Yeah.
I think this, as far as Aaron Donald and Bobby Wagner, it was the easiest as far as one.
Oh yeah, we no debate on that.
Yeah, no, for sure. 2 through 7 was the
it was a
debate.
fight.
Yeah, ones were locked up on this one. Yeah.
Next week, the one's gonna be a battle.
It's gonna be a battle for one. It's gonna be a knockdown, drag out fight.
Yeah,
for
next week. I think about what next week.
For sure.
We gonna. Yeah, I don't even want to participate in pre-production next week.
Ooh, for sure. That's why you be skipping out. I see why you be skipping out on pre-production. Let's go through the list again. Bobby Wagner at 1, Luke Kuechly at 2, Darius Leonard at 3, Blake Martinez at 4, number 5, Jalen Smith, number 6, CJ Mosley, and number 7, Leighton Vander Esch. The best linebacker name, besides Zach Brown, because he's a fucking legend.
Yeah,
Zach Brown,
he's a legend.
A legend. In 3 games.
3 games.
In 3 games.
He bested on Fletcher.
Oh yeah, he bested on. Yeah, for sure, he shook it on Fletcher. If Zach Brown, the shit we talking about is Zach Brown. The Fletcher shit that don't even.
Zach Brown hard.
No, Zach Brown's a beast.
Who'll be on this list next year? That's not on the list.
That's a great question. I think. My pick was gonna be Reuben Foster, but he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
So my person that'll step up this year, man, I think Blake Martinez will be number 1 this year.
No. Okay. All right, keep it there. Who you got, Joe?
I'm gonna be real with you, Weezy. I think your man's make the list next year.
Jam Smith.
Yeah,
that's
Jam Brown.
Jam Brown.
Yeah,
Jam
I
Brown.
think he makes the list next year, like 5 or better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my boy Zach Cunningham from Texas. He gonna
Zach
make the list.
Cunningham.
He gonna make the list.
Vandy. That's Vandy love. That's Vandy love.
He's like, Cunningham play.
That's Vandy love. That's what's up. Hey man,
Yeah.
knockdown, drag out.
Yeah.
It's fun. Just got you.
Get your list ready for next week.
Yeah.
And before we get out of here,
Okay.
our new segment.
Okay.
When did you fall in love with sports?
Okay.
We got our first listener send in.
Okay.
Real quick. Shout out to @Trap to the Rescue on Twitter.
Trap to the rescue. Okay. There we go.
That's a trap.
With the with the A, with the V and all.
Yeah,
real cool young kid.
Shout out
Like,
to Trap.
shout out to Trap to the Rescue. So
Yeah.
I fell in love with sports playing baseball against other kids in neighborhoods in Chicago. Then I signed up for soccer camp at 9 and been in love with sports ever since. Soccer was the most fun I ever had. My favorite sport to ever play.
Sure.
Shout out to Trap to the Rescue.
And shout out to soccer.
Yeah,
I'm
shout
telling you,
out to
soccer's
soccer.
popping right now. Shout out to
get
Trap
on the
to the
soccer.
rescues. My Man City boys, we won 5-0 yesterday.
Yeah.
My gosh, Raheem Sterling played the way he's Raheem Sterling. I'm so pissed, dog. They left Nike and they went to Puma. I can't wear the Puma jerseys, Man City. I'm not wearing no Puma jersey.
Yeah, you will.
I'm not
You
wearing.
get some fly artist races.
No,
I'm just gonna wear it with Nike.
he get a Puma jersey.
Remember when we couldn't do that? Remember when you
Perpetrating. They call it perpetrating.
Man, when you got when they
That's
switched
some Northside
jerseys.
stuff. We didn't do that on Southside.
Yeah, you couldn't do that.
Ah, yeah.
When
They killing with that north side, south side stuff.
when basketball jerseys switched from Nike or switched for something like that, you couldn't
I
do
was
it.
sick. It was over with. It was over with because they was Adidas. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when they went out.
Yeah,
Nobody
it's
wearing no
tough.
damn
Go wear
Adidas
these
jersey.
jerseys.
Because guess what?
Yeah.
What the hell was up there?
Or the Reebok football jersey. You can wear a
Reebok football jersey. Yeah, I
Hard.
had a big jersey.
Yeah.
I had a Jerry Rice Reebok football.
Yeah, you did. I got a TO right now. There's a Reebok. We see the clock.
San Francisco? San Francisco?
Yeah, San Francisco.
Let me get that.
TO.
Let me get it.
No, it's my team. It's my team.
You don't fool with TL like that.
Ooh.
Shout
What's the best jersey you ever got?
the
I got
Vic Falcons.
I got a Pro Bowl Vic. That is so hard. It's so tough. It's a size 56 though.
Shout out to that.
Man, money's crazy.
Down your knees.
Yeah.
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 Pro
I'm sure.
Bowl.
Next week, we got the corners and safety. Send in those lists. This is the last segment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the last series, part 4, cornerback safeties. Again, we appreciate everybody that sent in one list. Keep them coming one more week.
Yeah.
And then we're probably on to talk a little more football, then some college football, then some more basketball. So,
Yeah. And keep sending in when did you fall in love with
Yeah.
sports, man? It's fun to read. So
shout
appreciate
out to-
that.
Trap
Trap to the rescue. man.
Trap to the rescue.
Shout out to you, young fella. Yes,
He
sir.
definitely listens every week and has something to say about the show. So,
Yeah, Trap to the rescue for
Yeah.
sure. Now, tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport. Press, don't forget to comment. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page. On the iTunes page, please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
that the revolution will be podcasted. Weezy.
Everything paid for, big baby.
Jeff.
Camera's always on, brother.
Cameraman, we are out.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on prior episodes, visit the SoundCloud page. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.